Hi, everybody. I think all of you are watching us from Facebook Live. If you're watching from the MCKL or Methodist College Kuala Lumpur Facebook page live, what you can do is you can just click start at the bottom of your page. You just share in your profile, click share, and then you will find that there is this link called share with your start a watch party. Then all of your friends, or you can actually put everybody to share. Oh, hi, Joanne, you're back. Hey, I thought I saw Joanne just now. Okay, all
No,
right.
she's
So,
still on.
yeah, okay. Hi. Oh, hi, Kelvin. Yeah, Kelvin is online as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So we'll just wait for a while. Joanne just got disconnected suddenly. Yeah, and all that. Okay, we'll just wait for a while. Hi, Vivian, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. The whole day of meetings. Oops.
Oops.
Whole day of virtual
No
meetings.
complaint.
No complaints. Yes. A lot of what do you call that? A lot of virtual meetings going on and discussions, as well as a lot of
Yeah,
correspondence side. So what have you been occupied with?
I'm on leave today. Yay!
Oh, so is this extra hours?
Yeah, it's like OT.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Tomorrow we can ask for extra time off.
Oh, what
Okay,
hour?
all right. Okay, yeah. Oh, Joanne is back. Okay. All right.
Let's wait for her to come on live.
Yeah. Wait. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
You got disconnected.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Okay. All right. That's great. Great to hear that. Okay. Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Okay, good.
Okay, all right, that's great. Okay, so yeah, we'll maybe just wait for another. I know Malaysians being Malaysians, we all love to, take our time and a bit. So right now we have about 32 of us here watching this. So if you're watching
Wow.
this from either of our Facebook page or from the Methodist College Kuala Lumpur's page, so if you would like to share this page as well, you can just click on your bottom there on this live stream, click share, and then after there's a button there that's called start a watch party. Click that, and then you will be able to share this in your profile, and your friends or your friends and connected with you in Facebook, they are able to watch this live as well. So I'm not sure how many of you here, if you are watching us from outside of Malaysia. So if you're watching from outside of Malaysia, hi everybody. I hope you guys are doing fine. And in Malaysia today, it's glad to hear that we are in our first day of relaxed movement control order. This is whereby after about 40 over days, you today is our first day that officially businesses has resumed, economies has resumed, and you would see today we heard quite a lot of feedback saying that there were already people commuting and transporting to work. Highways was a bit busy. There were traffic jam, but not as much as not as many as not as heavy. Sorry, no, the traffic jam is still not as heavy as it is anticipated. Today's version or today's session, today's relaxed version, it's more on a slightly toned down basis, because the movement control order is still in place. All right. So okay, so yeah, we have my
We
two
have to
other
introduce ourselves.
yeah, we have two colleagues here. So I don't want to dominate the mic or the space. So okay, perhaps maybe if all of you can just maybe briefly introduce yourself. Who are you? Or from in MCKL? All right. Yeah, to you.
Start with me first. I'm
Okay.
Vivian.
Okay.
Yep, currently in MCKL doing marketing and marketing. So if you want to study, you want to understand more about MCKL program, don't forget to join us and my team. We are ready to counsel you virtually at the moment. Office is still not open.
Yeah.
But anytime, drop us an email. We are ready. Yeah, and it's fun.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah.
You, Jen.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Joanne. I'm the head of counseling in MCKL. And Thank you for joining the show today. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so maybe okay. Last but not least, ladies first, gentlemen the last. So my name is Adrian. I'm actually the academic director for external programs, so overseeing the Cambridge A levels as well as the Australian matriculation programs and the CAT and ACCA program. So I'm also the head of teaching and learning in Methodist College Kuala Lumpur. So I actually lead the innovations in learning and teaching, as well as looking at redesigning and even transforming the pedagogies that we currently that is actually as part of the modernizing the way how lecturers teach and students learn. Okay. So yeah, and today is our very first session of this chat here. Now, some of you may be wondering why we have a night session. Okay, so the night session here, ladies, I think it started out by just having a very casual chat because we know that most of you, especially in the MCO, we planned this before actually the relaxed MCO was announced. That was today, and we have actually arranged for very we have arranged it for quite some time, but we never find time to execute it until today or tonight. And we actually deliberated along. We brainstorm about ideas of how to go about with it, and and all that. And we suddenly realized that we did not want to take the normal webinar, Zoom, and all sessions in the daytime because we know some of you are working. We know parents are working. We know some even children or even young adults, you are studying or you are learning, you're undergoing your virtual lessons. So we thought maybe at night or in the best time for you. So I know most of you here, you are relaxing at home or maybe after dinner going to start your Netflix soon, but all that. But this session is more primarily for us having something chat, very light sessions with all of you. We don't want we don't want to come with any PowerPoint shows. We are not here to present a lecture. I'm not here to talk about certain things, and even Joanne is not scaring you. So we wanted to just look at exploring at different ways of how things are done, and we also want to talk about everyday issues that you may encounter. Okay, so the first topic I know to a lot of us, three of us, we decided we talk about what do you call that, about mental health, but and it is really, I know, as educators, and we are in an education institution, it is a very taboo. It's a word that brings a lot of fear, especially to parents, to young people, and to even public and society, because a lot of people presume that mental health it's about being psycho, being crazy. The stigma goes around with it. So we decided not to talk really about mental health. I know Joanne, she's our head of counseling here. So but we decided to talk about something that we struggle. Okay, initially three of us, or even most of us, struggle, and that is how to juggle our virtual workplace and personal space. All right. So maybe, ladies, I think I've spoke enough. So who wants to maybe start first? We'll see. Yeah, if you have anything that you would like to share and everything.
I think I mentioned this before previously with you guys that at the beginning of MCO, it was a struggle for the whole team and myself itself, especially to have so much uncertainty in the industry, our industry, not only our industry, I think the whole Malaysia itself, nobody knows what's next and how long this MCO will last. Are we going to really stay at home every day, especially for those who are, I call them extrovert? How's life staying at home all the time, stuck at home, can't go party, you can't have another life after work. So
Yeah.
it's quite a struggle at the beginning, especially when there's uncertainty and have to move your work home and have your home, everyone is at home, it's even worse.
Yeah. Okay. So how? Joanne, how do you juggle with it?
Yeah. Working from home, I guess, is something very new, especially for counseling, where we so used to having face to face, and we had to directly shift it everything to online, which is online counseling and things like that. But I think one real struggle that many parents will feel, like I'm a mother of two, so I guess parents with young children, they can actually relate to this, that it's not easy working from home if you have to same time looking after your young kids and helping them with their Google class as well. So this is a real challenge for people out there. Yeah.
So the three of us here, we have very different profile. So I know, Joanne, you have your family, you live with your family members, you have your family and family members. Vivian, also you have your family members staying with you as well. And for me, I'm alone. So it's quite, I would say I'm quite happy because the whole place is mine, and all that. But I know I heard, I don't know. I mean, Joanne, this maybe you are a parent. Your child is at home. Your children is at home with you. How do you juggle? I mean, they would have already got online classes going on in their schools already, or online learning, or home-based learning already. So how do you manage your time? I mean, with limited gadgets, I know some of us have only like one mobile phone, even one laptop. But how do you share across? I mean, I'm curious. How do you do that? Yeah.
Okay. Regarding online classes and things like that, we have phones, so sometimes they just use their phones and go up to the classes, and another spare laptop. And my mom actually, my eldest, my son, will help my youngest as well to log into her classroom. So that helps actually.
Okay. All right. And our morning, we have early morning meetings. So as early as 9 a.m. So they do it. They are learning in a different room, and you have your meetings in a different room.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, Vivian, how about you?
I think for me, having a few person having morning meetings at the same time, you have to find a spot to hide yourself at some point.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So every time I have to check with my brother. I say, "Hey, where are you? So are you having meeting in the morning?"
Okay.
So you're going to take which part of the house?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Yeah.
I think it's different. It's different because I don't think we meet so frequent when we are in campus. We don't go
Oh yes.
room like all the time. And here it's very consistent. We have to keep up with a lot of people again and again, and check with different teams especially. And it's very taxing at some point because it's quite tiring at the beginning. But now I tend to find it fun. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's great. Okay. My experience with this is okay. So I don't have much issue because you can see I'm working in my so-called office or study room. But I think one of the things that I struggled was in the beginning was I don't know how many of you felt this. I was very happy when MCO was started. Especially the first few days. It was because I think it was more on the I don't need to wake up that early, prepare myself, dressing up, and then have to drive or have an hour at least from home to the campus. And then after that, I have to like plan. And once I sat down, I can have breakfast and I can work. Now, I mean, I think our bosses are listening. So I can wake up half an hour before our 9 a.m. morning. So in the first few days, it was very exciting. It was very exciting. I was very excited because it was my first time having to work from home officially. And it was like, okay, I can just put on a t-shirt and shorts, and nobody will be able to see me anymore. Or I mean, just the screen. I know most in I put my camera on during all the meetings. And you know what? I find it so relaxing. And suddenly, if I'm hungry, I can just turn off my camera, walk to the kitchen, and grab something to eat. So it was all about that. I don't know whether this is the right word. Very euphoric, very very unreal. At first, it was unreal, and then sometimes when I'm just awake, I said, "Is this happening?" I ask myself, "Is this happening?" But then as I start to move, as the week progresses, about a week, one or two, I start to realize that, oh my God, I realize I miss the people in the campus. I miss our colleagues. I miss walking out from my room and just say hi to people. Suddenly you just find that, hey, meeting each other is through online, through virtual. And suddenly we have to talk on things like, hey, and all that. So initially it was kind of excited. I found it was quite exciting because I could work from 9 a.m. all the way up to even 5 and non-stop. That was the first few days of the MCO. But then, and then at one point, even I realized that I even worked till 8 or 9 o'clock, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. And I start to get excited, but then slowly it tell I mean it really kind just eats on you, bites on you because you just feel exhausted and you don't know. And the first few nights I can't even sleep. Honestly, to tell the truth, Joanne, and I was like worried. Was it because of my coffee or tea or whatever I was taking? And I was worried. And I realized that actually, I think one of our colleagues highlighted that it was the blue light emitting from our laptops and our desktop. The blue light. So I actually kind of like, oh gosh, this is real. I'm actually sitting in the computer for like 8, 10, 12 hours. I don't know how to go about with that. So I don't know how about you because how you guys manage your daily lives. Was this a sequence and it slowly tailed of that? Yeah.
Well, Adrian, I guess is where initially was excited because you don't have to go through the jam, and you can wake up later and still be on time for meeting and things like that. But some of the side effect, like you can't sleep. But what I had was I had migraine after a whole day in front of the computer. So that is something that I experienced myself, and I realized that too much screen time it gave me migraine. And another thing is, sore back and things like that. And I also realized that just sharing from others' experience as well, that this online thing can be more tiring and draining, especially for those that are introverts. They are they're not used to being in front of the computer. And right now, if they have to be in front of the screen, that is additional stress for introvert people as well. So these are pro and cons as well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what do you mean introvert? I don't understand. I mean, like how? So if I don't talk a lot, or is it because I don't talk a lot, or how? Yeah.
Okay, so some people that okay, you're easygoing, or you are used to some people, they are maybe used to online, they are used to meeting people online or having meeting. This they can adapt better when it comes to online meeting and things like that. But for those that are more inward, more reserved, I would say. So when they have to go for a meeting or online teaching as well, it can be stressful because there are more aspects for them to care about, especially how do I look, how do I sound, and all these are additional stress actually, and this stress can be really, really taxing.
Okay. So you're saying from a professional and psychological point of view, it is stressing. So I don't know. I'm still having excitement not just because of this live, but still excited because now it has become a routine. After 40 over days, we are in this situation. And then we just heard this morning. We just heard this morning that all of us we are going resume back our lives next week. I don't know how am I going to come back to the normal. It's like now the normal to the new norm, the new normal. But how are we going to adjust this? Yeah, I don't know how. Looking at you physically, so used to look at you or look at all of us.
Virtually.
Yeah.
I think for the past 40 over days, it has for us have been settling in into this virtual life style of us, and then suddenly now we are told, okay, you can come back to work. How is it going to be like I'm sure that when we're going back to work, the whole team cannot be there. It needs to be on a rotation basis, and we have to think of something that if parents are coming in, everybody will go with a fear, with a fear to work, where they say, hey, can be the next person actually carrying the virus. Where have they been? This kind of question will actually pop out, and I foreseen that it's going to be a stress as well, and how people are going to cope with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. So okay, I was just doing some research before the session. Or of course, we have to do some research before we went live just now. And I'm actually looking at this article. Maybe I'll just share the screen. Just try. I don't know whether hopefully it works, or else I'll share. Oh yeah. Okay. So if those of you who are watching, I'm sharing my screen now. And this screen I'm sharing is an article that I actually searched from Forbes. All right, and it's quite interesting because if you look at the heading itself, it's actually an article about why working from home is so exhausting and how to reinvigorate. And if you look at the article in the long run, I actually thought she started this article, this author here, by saying that this isn't your choice. And one of the fundamental elements of good mental health is autonomy, self-expression, and a sense of control. And many of us have been sent home and no longer have the choice to go to office or work in our usual ways. This lack of choice can be frustrating and disorientating. And I don't know. So I'm just talking about from an experience from a different perspective of view. How do you go about with it? I mean, we know that we don't have a choice to go back, and I know we there were some of us who were so desperate to go back because we left a document in the office, or I, like for me, I left all my files in the desktop, in the computer, and now I can't. So how does this really, are we going to juggle between our virtual as well as physical space? I don't know. I mean, how do we see from there? Okay, never mind. We take a question, and we have a viewer. His name is David. David actually asks us, can we advise, or I think more to Joanne's expertise, can you advise on how to keep a good mindset when working from home and having to take care of your kids at the same time?
Okay, I guess getting back to the office and working from back to office on schedule, it will be another whole new norm, whole new adjustment for most of us. So it'll be like readjusting your life again.
The last sentence, what did you mention? Sorry, it got a bit of cut off just now. Oh, I think Joanne is having a lag.
Yeah. Most likely, yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, never mind. Okay, so David, can you advise on how to keep a good mindset when working from home and having to take care of your kids in time? Okay, first of all, I don't have children in my home, so I may not give you the best advice, but I think what I can do is, I think we have to zone spaces. I've seen my sister and my niece and nephew, how they do it. Each of them, when it's time to go on their live school or their virtual school, they will go into respective rooms. So I think my sister and my brother-in-law, they are in another room, and then my niece is also another room, and then my nephew is also in another room. So they are quite lucky or fortunate per se, because each one of them have their own devices, so they can log into the school and all that. Then after that, I think you also need to assign or take turns, but what I can do is, maybe I can share from a learning point of view. I realize that virtual learning, it is not like a entire it's not an entire phenomenon like how you do face-to-face class. Oh, Joanne got cut off again. Okay, never mind. So we'll just wait for her to reconnect back. And what happens is I found that even in even at MCKL, I share with the lecturers, when you conduct classes, don't presume that, for example, a 2-hour class or 2-hour lectures is actually equates to a 2-hour online class. And you can imagine the students sitting on the screen day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, for 12 hours looking at the screen. So it's very tiring, it's very exhausting. So maybe my advice is perhaps maybe I think just be positive and take it as a fun, and again, I think that's just some of my advice on that. All right. Okay. So yeah, we are taking Joanne, I know you got disconnected just now. So maybe if you want to add on David. How about Vivian? If you have anything you want to add?
I think I just coming from my own experience. Like I did my master as well as my doctorate online, so it's a distant learning. So from what I could learn from this is being very disciplined. Yeah. So and also not only discipline, it needs to be very engaging. Yeah. I'm sure that you have some recordings that students have to go through for a few sessions, but I think it's good that parents also sit down with the kids and just go through with them what they have learned for the day. I think over the years when they have face-to-face classes, this might be neglected at some point. And a lot of this has been passed on to basically your tuition teacher or maybe some other uh, tutor that to guide your kids or some care daycare and so on. But I think it's good to just spend slightly about 10 minutes or 15 minutes just to go through and just to revise back and see what have you learned from it. I think to also capture and see how much your kids has actually learned from the virtual session. Some students might be able to go through the whole session and remember the whole virtual session, but not all childs are basically a visual person. This might be taken into consideration. They might need some practical. Some may need some time to actually listen a few more rounds. It's good to also maybe if you could also record the session down and look into it. It can be a help as well.
All right. Okay. Okay. So Joanne is disconnected again. Okay. All right. Okay. Never mind. Let's look at any. If you have any questions, guys, you can just put in the comments. We can actually see your comments or even questions, and we'll try our best to share. I think okay, Joanne is back again. So no problem. Hi, Joanne. It's all right. Line is bad. I think everybody is online now because it's the peak hours.
The line is raining.
No problem, Joanne. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So okay, maybe Joanne, let's today now let's shift the discussion a bit about how do you draw boundaries? Okay, or KA balance. I think how do you know the boundary of like we should I should shut down my computer. I should stop replying the emails at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and I should just concentrate at night doing my me time or even spend quality time with your parents or even family members. How do you go about with that? Yeah.
Okay. Well, one thing is knowing your schedule is very important because working from home right now, your office is your home is your office, and when you get carried away, you can just go on and on. It's like it's just one email. I can just reply it anytime. So what's most important is we know where to stop. As in, okay, you have your schedule. You know this is your working time, and I know working from home sometimes meetings may be after office hours. So it's very important that you know where to draw the line, that if it's happened too often, you need to communicate well. And this is very important for your own mental health as well. Knowing when to stop, having a schedule, and try to follow your schedule. Sometimes you may feel that you feel guilty for not being productive enough in the day, and you try to drag it on. So that is something that is not really going to help.
All right. Vivian, anything you would like? How do you? I know your team. It's like 365. Oh, Joanne got cut off again. Never mind. Okay, so how do you manage with all things
Yeah,
being
I
digital
think
now and all that?
yeah, being at the beginning, I think it's very difficult, especially when everything have to be on the sales team, especially on calls on WhatsApp. You no longer can call into the office. You have to call on a specific number that we have on for the team. Uh, I get complaints actually at the beginning that they have WhatsApp coming in all the way up to midnight, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m. And I think it's very disciplined. We need to shut off at some point. We cannot be responding to every single message almost instantly. I told them it's okay, you don't reply them immediately, but most important is you do reply them, but do it the next day, the first thing in the morning. Yeah. So set a time. If you want to take in message, come in at 8 o'clock, shut off after 8, then shut off after 8. Don't go anything further than 8. Last time I insist my team to shut off after 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Jen is back.
Okay.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think now we can extend a little bit more, give a bit of leeway. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is still okay, but try not to go further than that. Shut off everything. Have your own personal time. Go for a movie with your family or watch some drama. Catch up with all the drama that you have missed for the past few years. Yeah, or do something that is what you like. Do some reading, play some games online. Set a time to shut down.
Okay. I have a
Another
question.
thing would be helpful will be to have a to-do list, for example. So for the day, you have a things planned since the morning or maybe the day before, and you know on that day what are the things that you need to focus on, and you keep it. It's just like your daily KPI planning, and you try to work towards that. So that is one. And another tips will be before you actually end work, because right now you're working at home. So allow yourself, for example, if you shut down your computer at 5, allow yourself 5 to 5:30 to go through the day of the or work in your mind. It's like a closing for you before you actually step from the room, spend time with your family. So this is just like, okay, I finished work, but instead of immediately get up from the room, you spend some time to quiet your mind and to go through things that you have done on the day in your mind, and after that only you start up from the room. And once you start up from the room means there is no more thinking about work.
Right. Okay. So before I share my most practical and realistic approach, perhaps maybe we'll just get some of our viewers. There are about 36 or 38 of us here. So we would also want to hear from you if you have anything, any topics or any thoughts or any. I don't like to use the word issues, but I'm more on the topics or the thoughts that you would like us to talk about. We are happy. We want to hear from you, and definitely this is our first session. We have actually planned for already got 2 more sessions to come, but we want to hear from you as well. What are the topics or even thoughts that you want us to speak about? Okay, so coming back to my most practical view, I don't know if anyone. I'm a very disciplined person when it comes to not checking emails. I have a confession to make, so I don't really connect my email account to my mobile phone, even though they are connected, but I switch off all the notifications. So that's why some people they get upset. Adrian, we send you an email. Why you didn't go and check? Why you didn't read? And then I said, oh, did you? Then I went to the app and then I said, oh yeah, my email. Or you sent me the email. The reason is because every time when I get very freaked out. Okay, I'm so sorry if I've got this very I get very agitated, irritated if I see a red color notification appears on my app on my phone. And because of this, right, when I see anything red or pop up, I will have the tendency to go and click on it. And once I click on it, that's where your mind starts to configure back, or you have to think about work and all that. So I've done that as the most worst case scenario lah. Okay, so now everybody knows that I've already shared a secret to the whole world now. Okay, the other thing is I think I also put on I log off every single account, my email account. I don't keep it on the computer. That means once I log out, officially I'm logged out. So I don't want to check any emails. I will not reply any emails, and that will be all left or let it be until the next day when it's time. So when I find that by right now in MCO, as I start to sit down 15, 20 minutes before our, weekly or even daily 9 a.m. meeting, I find it, I can concentrate better in replying the emails. And I would just say why I need to do this, and all that. And then after that, all right, I'll focus back on the meetings and all that. So,
Mm.
so, so I have actually used that as kind of like my mantra, but I didn't know whether this is the right way because I went to the extreme, honestly speaking, and I know there were some people, they expect you to reply or read your emails at night. I don't do that, so that's one way, colleagues and even everybody is watching us. You can do it. So just log off of everything, and of course, we're not saying that you can't with your device, like you're watching with us right now in your device. But I think that this is something that we can share. All right. So any other things you want to add some more, ladies?
Yeah, I think what you shared is a good point as well. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay. All right.
Great.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
I
Okay,
think
so
Regina did mention that she is in the industry doing regional marketing to support digital solution campaign, and her experience of working long hours as very seems like very long, from 7:30 a.m.
yeah.
to 6 p.m. and then continue again at 3 a.m. I think it's very dangerous for me is because you tend to forget time when you start working from home, and at the beginning you don't feel it, but after a while of doing it on a rotation basis, like every day you come again and again, this kind, you will slowly lack of your sleep, and it
Mm,
actually eats into your rest time. Which at some point, yes, you think that you are working, but slowly you actually lose. Emotionally, you won't be able to control at some point, and you will slowly lose the creativity at some point. So I
mm,
think working long hours, it's dangerous. You may just want to keep it slightly shorter. Maybe it's time to shut off. Even though, yes, I know regional job is not easy. You have to support different time zone and so on. And especially at this time, I think a lot of people will be seeking help digitally, especially. So yeah, Regina, please take care.
yeah. Joanne, you have anything you want to share with Regina? Oh, Joanne is
Oops,
cut off
Jen
again.
got this.
All right. Okay. So maybe okay. I think we have I think we have promised ourselves not to drag on this all the way.
Yep.
But we will keep this for just about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and we have another 5 more minutes to go. So yeah. I think Vivian, what do you think? Are you ready for next week?
Actually, yes and no.
Huh? Right? How?
Yes
How?
and no.
I,
But
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me how to go back about the office now, I don't know. Yeah, we were just talking about. Oh, Joanne is back. Okay, so is Joanne back? Yeah. Okay, we're just I have mixed feelings. Seriously, I have mixed feelings of now going back to the actual office. Hi, Joanne, you come back. So yeah, we just some closing and parting words for everybody. I'm just quite curious how are we going to go back to office now? I mean, oh, I can see you physically now. And remember, we are now have to
I
apply social
can
distancing
stay.
also. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be easy going back, especially with this new normal lifestyle that we have.
okay. All right.
Everybody will definitely have a lot of, but the only thing I'm worried more is traffic jam.
Oh, so that's what you are now freaking out of. Okay, all right. Okay. I'm more on, now I'm going to have a challenge of how to meet up with our colleagues, uh either one by one or two by two. Right? People always come to my office, when they ask things or when we have meetings, and my everybody will all like climb into my room and talk about anything, everything, and they want to discuss. So I can't do that anymore now. Nobody is that is back. So
Yeah.
now I can't do that anymore. Now if you want to come and have a meeting with me on work, you have to stand 1 meter apart. I have to stand 1 meter apart, and we'll all be wearing our face masks. And how is this going to be done? I don't know.
Yeah. I think
And
for sales side, we also have to think about it because people don't come alone. They always come in a family of 3, 4 with their parents, siblings, and so on. Are we gonna let them all in?
yeah.
That's the next question. How are we gonna practice social distancing when, to be honest, office space is not that big.
Yeah. Our campus is
How
quite self-contained and so small as well.
Yeah. We usually have about 2 families in the counseling area. But now looking at we have to only one. How are we gonna do that?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how are you prepared going back next week to the office? Okay, Joanne, are you alright? Okay, yeah. Are you prepared going back to office next week? Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
so
yeah.
Joanne's line is. I'm very sorry, viewers and listeners, and our the line is not that great. But anyway, okay. There were some of our colleagues are sharing that now they miss the food in cafeteria. They miss
Yeah.
the locality, the accessibility. Of the
Mhm.
campus and all that. But yeah. So I think that's the challenge that now we all have to deal with. And
Mm.
I think yeah. So all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's why
okay.
there's also people putting in about MRT, talking about MRT
Yeah,
public
yeah,
transport. Yeah.
correct.
Remember
Yeah,
I shared with you the some of the visual or the pictures
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
how transportation has been for today, especially the first day. People try to go to work, crowd in, and yeah, so that's also an issue that everybody have to look into as well.
Okay,
It's
never
not
mind.
gonna be
Anyway,
easy. Yeah.
yeah. I think it's all about that. We have not met for 2.5, 2 months plus, almost
uh,
3 months already. We have not.
it's definitely longer for me because remember I
Yeah,
started
and
early.
now yeah. So it's quite irony. I would say the feeling is going to be very mixed. I cannot
Yeah.
imagine those people who went back today. I don't know what's your feeling and how suddenly you find that it's a new norm and I don't know. I mean I'm putting the second wave aside, all of that. But it's
Yeah.
just yourself. It's just ourselves now
How to
going back
prepare ourselves
as
going back.
yeah,
Yeah.
how and all that. Okay, so Joanne, we are already ending. So if you have anything you want to say, or just to
Any
sum up,
last advice?
yeah, last advice.
Okay, last advice. Get ready to be back to work, and it will be another adjustment, but it will be all right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Joanne. Okay, so thanks, Vivian.
Yes.
We will all right. We will
Thank
see
you.
all of you again in the next session. Perhaps if you want to know when is our next session, so what you can do is you can actually just go to our Facebook page, Methodist College Kuala Lumpur, and just hit a like. And once you like all our updates, notifications, you will receive from us. And of course, as well, there will be another session, the second session. We are not sure when yet, but okay. Should we disclose the topic yet or no? Or we just
Jesus,
keep it
Jesus.
as a secret first, huh? Okay, all right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. We will keep the second session as a different as a secret right now. It will be definitely maybe moderated and have our colleagues from various departments and departments and even sections. They will come and share. So just wait for the next session. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
with
most
that,
important is follow us on our Facebook page. Then you get to know
yeah.
when
All
the
right.
next.
Okay. But anyways, our first. So we hope we have done our best. Apologies if we have maybe shortcomings or shortfalls throughout whole this session. It's our first time, trying to use technology and capitalizing technology on sharing on things. So yeah, all right, okay. So with that, thanks everybody. Thank you. Have a good evening, and we'll see all of you again in campus and in person. Okay, bye. Yeah.
Bye.